In this video, we talk about clocks and I/O subsystem. We know that every computer contains at least one clock that synchronizes the activity of its components. Basically, it needs a fixed number of clock cycles in order to carry out each data movement, for example, from the memory to the CPU or some computational operation. The clock frequency basically measured in megahertz or gigahertz, and that will be used to determine the speed with which all the operations are carried out. One of the very important parameter of clock is that the clock cycle. So that is computed by the reciprocal of the clock frequency. For example, if we have a clock frequency of 800 megahertz, we can have the equivalent to the cycle time of the clock equal to 1 over 100 megahertz equal 1.25 nanosecond. One of the important information is that the clock speed should not be confused with the CPU performance. This is because the CPU performance not only depend on the clock speed, but also many other factors as well. So the CPU time required to run a program is given by the following general performance equation. The CPU time equal to number of seconds per program. That's roughly computed by number of instructions per program, time with the average number of cycle per instruction, and that time with number of second per cycle. So this equation roughly to compute what is CPU time to run a program. So from the equation, we can see that to improve the CPU throughput or performance, we can reduce the number of instructions per program. We also can reduce the number of cycles per instruction, or we can reduce number of nanoseconds per clock cycle. So there's a different way to improve the CPU performance. That's the very important information. We should not confuse the CPU performance and the clock speed. The input and output subsystem of the a computer is the way a computer communicate with outside world through its input-output subsystem. Sometimes we call this the I/O subsystem. So the I/O devices connect to the CPU through a various interface. One of the interface that we call memory map. So this method is that the I/O device behave like a main memory from the CPU point of view. Okay, so the way the CPU access to the I/O devices, that's the same way that the CPU access to the main memory. Another method is that the I/O devices can be accessed based on the instruction based technique or method. So in this way, the CPU have the specialized I/O instructions to access the I/O devices.